Please welcome back to the Leon Loft, Houndmouth. Welcome. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
So what do you want to start with? Maybe something new?
Yeah. Yeah. Song called Ohio.
Perfect.
Wow. It's all right. It's about Indiana. Heard a song called Ohio about Indiana. We're all safe. Mommy's working late, and Daddy's out of state. I make black bike tire marks on the concrete. There ain't no time on Baker Street. Oh, hi-yo. The same old lies still remind you of a place you used to know. In Ohio, a diamond in the sun. I watch her shining from my bedroom. I can almost hear her say, the times were good till the time they went away. Oh, hi-yo. Flash and shine and pale in an afterglow. In Ohio. My luck, my feet got stuck and I danced in an undertow. In Ohio, don't kill my Ohio, don't kill my
We are here with Houndmouth at the Leon Loft for a live broadcast for you and some new songs. Well, so this couldn't be more different in sound and tone and feel and instrumentation than Golden Age a few years ago. Couldn't be more different. And if I understand it right, this is having a lot to do with where you recorded the thing. So tell us about this place called Greenhouse.
The Greenhouse.
Yeah.
It's in New Albany, Indiana, and it's a house that's been in Shane's family. It was built in the 1800s, and his grandparents lived there.
Yeah, like my grandparents' house, my dad grew up there. I would go there after school, and when they passed, my dad kind of just left it all the same, and it was just kind of empty, almost like a museum. And then slowly we just started bringing all of our
Well, I
gear.
called him when I was in college. I messaged him because he had a band, and I was like, "Hey, can I come play stuff?" And he had me over. And when you're in college, you expect to go to like a dorm or something,
Yeah.
and you walk into this like federal style house built in the 1800s with chandeliers. I was like, "I'm not leaving."
Ever.
Yeah,
And he didn't.
I haven't left.
He didn't.
So is this sort of unofficially the band headquarters? I mean,
Yeah.
for the whole time? For the whole 10
The whole
years?
time, yeah. We finally made it into a studio, and we decided to record this album there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So an old house, old space. What kind of stuff is still there? Like,
Well, whatever's there, when you want to get rid of it, you just take it down into the local museum.
oh,
Like,
okay.
okay.
Like it's the exact same vibe almost as that green room right there.
Oh, this
Seriously.
green room right here.
Yeah, that couch is.
It wasn't named that until just today when we knew you were coming. Yeah, right. So old stuff of the period and not changed, not updated. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Old ghosts.
Old ghosts.
Right?
Walnut dressers.
All right. Yep. I guess it sort of depends on somebody's frame of reference. This album, which everybody will be able to hear in November when it comes out, it has these beautiful harmonies. It took me back to sort of like Jayhawks albums when both Mark and Gary were in the band. Back in the early 1990s, or further back the band. I mean, and these organ parts, which are lovely, and that sort of sound. Yeah. So those are two references, like from the 70s and 90s. But the point being, like an old space, older influences by intent, right?
Yeah. The intent, like the song, like I spent a lot of time with the songs, but the intent was to not put anything that doesn't need to be there to support melody or the progression or anything. It was just every piece of sonic was intended.
Yeah. And that is actually something that comes with being a band for 10 years. Like, when you're young and in a band, like you want to try every button.
Yeah.
You get every single gadget on your record.
We still wanted to try every button, but our producer really reeled us in.
Yeah.
Brad Cook.
All right, we're going to talk more about Brad here in just a second. What do you want to do next?
Let's do Good For You.
Okay. Just a reminder again, first of all, if you're listening live on 107.1, we are here at the Leon Loft live with people. We have people here in a room gathered together. What a concept. And we're talking to Houndmouth, and they're going to play this song called Good For You, which also happens to be the title of their forthcoming album.
Chartreuse and chandeliers, fancy that seeing you out here. Let's get going soon, 'cause a distant sound is upstairs loud and booming. Yeah, we better get moving. Heartbreak Hotel, white lies and fairly well. I know my blinds are down and it's getting dark now, but somehow we're all smiling. Beats the hell out of crying. Goodbye, old Kentucky. Don't fly where you can't be found. Here's to all that money you can't take to the underground. What a night, what a night, what a night, what a night, babe. What a night, what a night, what a night, what a night, babe. Race on the stereo. He had a drink in an episode. They're in the starting gate. Here they come, 100 to 1 in the fast lane. Everybody knows that he breaks late. Goodbye, old Kentucky. Don't fly where you can't be found. Here's to all that money you can't take to the underground. and it all wasn't good for you. Hallelujah. More power to her. Goodbye, old Kentucky. Don't fly where you can't be found. Here's to all that money you can't take to the underground. What a night, what a night, what a night, what a night, babe. What a night, what a night, what a night, what a night, babe.
Wow. I just love that song, and I love that sound. 4 people singing in harmony. Awesome. All right. You were talking about Brad Cook. You mentioned Brad Cook. And this sort of this sound that you are doing on this album kind of opens up that discussion about Brad. This is a guy who, as a producer, really knows his way around this kind of sound, especially working with bands that used to do things differently earlier, like Waxahachie and his Golden Messenger. I think he's going to do the new. I think he's done the new Night Sweats album that's coming out. There's a lot. I mean, Brad's been around doing a lot of stuff. So was he the guy that you went to with these songs, or did he help craft this sound for these songs?
He called us
Oh.
and was like, "Hey, can I come to Albany?" I'm like, yeah, we'll come pick you up at the airport. So he got in and we just kind of hung out for a day. And we're like, Brad, can we make a record here? Would you help us make it? He just took the time to like get to know us and like every little intricacy of what we were doing. And I feel like a lot of producers don't go for the interpersonal side of things. Yeah. So,
He called you.
Yeah.
I mean, you must have known him before, or you just make a blind call.
No, I don't know.
Oh, right.
We'd never met him, no.
You never met him?
No.
Oh, that's interesting, because, I mean, in theory, the bands he's worked with and Houndmouth would have been traveling similar space.
Yeah, like we'd heard of him.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. He has a very talented brother, too, Phil.
Yeah.
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 Did Phil play on the record? I don't have full credits.
He
Okay.
wasn't around.
He was out of town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that answers the question. That actually answers my next question as well. He came to the space, so he was working with you. This was not a remote situation where you were sending him the day's songs and then he was making suggestions or doing tweaks.
No. We just played him. He came in and we played him the songs, and he got, which was, I think, worked out better because you could see like the vibe and where we were coming from, and then just really reeled us back. Huh. Yeah.
Okay, wait a second. When you say reeled you back, meaning kept you focused on...
Kept us focused.
Yeah.
Didn't let us really get like crazy. Kept everything just in control, and because our natural instinct is to like be a little bit rowdy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And had he not done that, so this probably would have been a... Well, were you thinking of producing it yourself initially before he called?
Ideally, yeah. We were just gonna, just plug away at the greenhouse. Yeah. And we learned so much.
Yeah. And I assume because it's still a functioning house and still in great order, he probably just stayed there? Like, was this his residence?
You don't want to sleep there. Just allergens. It's pretty bad.
It's pretty old, and
We're learning more about this greenhouse place.
Like, there's a bed there. You can. It's optional.
Is there running water?
There's running water.
Yes?
Some faucets don't even turn off.
We know there's we know there's electricity, obviously. Heat.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a year-round possible recording
Oh,
space. Maybe we'll just leave it at that. What would you like to play next?
We're going to play Make It to Midnight.
Oh, good. I have a question about this song, but go ahead. No, you play it first.
Okay. Strap.
high beams bend at night. The evergreens out of sight. The parking lot stars, chrome as they are, they fade to black and white. Careful out in the shadows, 'cause a phantom moves in the night. And now we got it right. It's you and me, babe, under red, red skies. We gotta make it to midnight. Some get high, some grow tired, and some go ooh la la. You cut your old family ties. Kept your mother's menthol eyes. The summer dove was underloved, and she's naked by design. Graffiti on the overpass, and I'm mowing down the power lines. And now we got it right. It's you and me, baby, under red, red skies. We gotta make it to midnight. Some get high, some grow tired, and some go ooh la la.
I still on? Oh, okay. Am I still on? I am now. Okay, that is another new song. And again, the album will be called Good For You. We are continuing on here at the Leon Loft with the band Houndmouth. For people who are listening on the radio, Good For You comes out in November from our friends at Dual Tone Records. And new tour dates for Houndmouth can be found now at houndmouth.com/tour. And you can hear this full interview that we are doing here, including the parts you are about to miss, radio listeners, on Acoustic Cafe when that airs in a few weeks. And now it's back to more music on Ann Arbor's 107.1. And the light goes off. This is brilliant. I don't have to make that mistake anymore. Wow, that's terrific. I love that. So yeah, actually, that particular song, I was going to just ask you about that one and another one. As I was listening to the stream of the record, because I didn't have the files, as I was listening to the stream of the record, I was writing down like band names. I'm like, oh yeah, this sort of takes me back to that sound. And it was like, when I got done, I was like, wow, Jayhawks, Whiskey Town, His Golden Messenger, Talking Heads, Wilco, Uncle Tupelo. I mean, it's just like Dawes. I mean, I'm just like on and on and on. But very much like what it is you do, but clearly a different sound for this band. And on that one, since Brad Cook has been mentioned as producer, who has worked with his Golden Messenger and MC Taylor, and this is like a very MC Taylor kind of song. Like, you know, you're digging that deeply.
I'm unfamiliar, actually.
Okay, all right. His goal. No, I mean, the guy has really sort of made this kind of ripping it out of the soul part of his thing.
Yeah.
It is his thing now. That's all it is. So I guess I wanted to know if, you know, maybe Brad Cook's involvement extended to any of the writing at all, or if all of these were written beforehand and he really was just there for Sonics.
The writing was mostly done, and yeah, it was more of just a reeling back of things and picking our moments.
Picking your moments. Yeah, that's good. All right, all right.
And also, we didn't make any all of these like bands you're coming up with.
Yeah.
We in the studio we couldn't make any
References.
References. There
Yeah,
was
it
a
was like
zero
his-
reference
That was like day
policy.
one. Day one of him.
Within the band. Like,
Yeah. Nobody could make a reference about anything they heard.
well, that's why you come out here on the road and talk to idiots like me, so I can make all the references that you weren't able to make.
No, I love that we're getting it all now. You're really fulfilling all of the times we wanted to.
Oh,
say we
yeah.
were
Well,
holding
no, good. All right. It's not like I'm saying you've made the Taylor Dane record I was waiting for. I mean, so it's all within, you know, where it should be.
No, that was like day one upon meeting him. He was like, this is my only rule. Just don't say this sounds like so and so.
That's a great rule. It
really is.
To just try to keep you focused on doing what Houndmouth's going to do. Let's
Yeah.
make this sound like the Houndmouth
Exactly.
record. Yeah. Everybody, of course, was sidelined with the start of the pandemic. Some of the songs on Good For You, they were written before March of 2020. Do you think the album may have changed from what might have been if you had just been kind of continuing on the process from Golden Age? So like, okay, now we tour Golden Age, now we stop, now we write, now we record, now we go back out on tour. Like, did that all play into this different sound?
I think we were ready for a change before it was. Yeah, we were like ready for a change before a pandemic, especially after Golden Age. So it was just the normal evolution of what we were doing, I think. But the pandemic changed the perspective from like the mentality of I'm going to go back out on tour and I'm going to start playing live shows. It really was like, whoa, what we were all doing was kind of insane. The constant just go. And yeah, I enjoyed that stop for a second.
A nice break.
Yeah.
And also an opportunity to sort of reset before you go back out. Like, you know, you're presenting a different type of show now. Or you can, if you want, with these songs.
Right.
Which leads me to the final song on the album. I don't know if it was one that you were going to do. It's called Las Vegas. I single it out because it has been released. It's the first single from the album, yet it doesn't really sound anything like the rest of the album.
Yeah. We had to fulfill the amount of songs that a record needed. and Brad had nothing to do with this song. Honestly, we were like, we gotta put it out.
That's really interesting. All right, so outside of the context of all of the rest of the songs, this one, Left to Your Own Devices, this is what you came up with.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, all right. I don't know if that was one that you were going to do or not. Do you want to do that?
We'll do that.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. The song is Las Vegas.
This is what happens when we're not reeled back. We should, do you want to do this one? If we get loud, is that okay with you?
Back in time for the heat. It feels just like you're 17. Maybe you could get a lift from the uptown boys you used to run with. Wore makeup for 3 days straight. After Xanax holiday. By the look on your face, you're rolling H the high. a little bit loaded. We came here to win, we didn't come for entertainment. I believe in Las Vegas, city of plastic, so real it's dangerous. I believe in Las Vegas, city of plastic, so real it's dangerous.
I have 10 songs.
You gotta have 10.
Gotta have 10 songs. All right. There is also a song on the album called Miracle Mile, which is a tribute to characters that you meet as a touring band, which is an interesting topic to address in a year when nobody was touring at all. Talking to people remotely, I've been having this conversation over the last 18 months or so about closing the circle. In other words, you write, you record, and then you have to have that other part of this music thing that you do, which is get out there and introduce these songs to real people who are sitting in front of you. You can shake a hand, you can be with it, and like missing that part of the experience for the band is huge. I mean, it's the first time you've ever had to experience that.
Yeah, there's a lot of testing that goes on when you're touring. You're testing songs. You're always looking at people, gauging some sort of reaction. What songs do you have to like sell a little bit more?
Yeah,
you know, because then those are I don't like that. For me personally, I don't like to have to like do things to make a song work. You know, like theatrics. That's not my thing. So yeah, I just want the song to be there.
Yeah. But does it help you test songs? Like, I don't want to use the words market research, but there it is. It just slipped out of my mouth.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think everybody's gauging because it's a pretty vulnerable thing to do, vulnerable process. So you're always trying to get feedback and, trying to be validated or something.
Yeah. But there was you couldn't even have the opportunity to go out there and be vulnerable.
Right. Which is which is really why when we were with our producer, it's like that you were all validated in a certain way.
Yeah. Well, listen, this is a lovely record. I really appreciate all you spending some time here today. November 5th is the release of Good For You, album number 4 from Houndmouth. You ready for one more song? What would you like to do next?
We'll do an older one. We'll do Darlin.
All right.
Left to give it, 'cause you weren't good to me. Well, I ain't got no news left to feed you, 'cause you weren't good to me. It's cold, it's dark, it's deep and it's wet. You ain't gonna make it. Let someone in. Darling, 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 why don't you sleep at night? Colder, the warmer the gun. idea, and your lips and your cheeks are turning blue. It's cold, it's dark, it's deep and it's wet. You ain't gonna make it if you won't let someone